Hello everyone, it's March 1st, 2010. This is Bucks County Community College, Political Science 120, State and Local Government question time for the week, and I'm John Deal, the instructor. We have some good questions that came in today, and many of them have to do with process items, particularly what's due this week and how to go about those projects. The first one that's to be submitted this week is the PowerPoint on the Governor's Chapter 7. And what I'm looking for there is for you to use the assignment Dropbox to send to me a series of paragraphs explaining 5 things that are in that PowerPoint that you do not find in the Diamond text that you're reading. Also, you could make some connections to the book as well, and I'm looking for definitely a couple comments about outside sources. 6 paragraphs would be probably enough to get all that done, and it doesn't have to be tremendously detailed. It's worth 10 points. I'll give you an idea. Article critique is worth 20. This is worth 10, so it's about half as much the weight as a critique would have. I'm hopeful that this assignment encourages you to read the chapter carefully so you can tell what is and is not in that chapter before you see the PowerPoint. You can view the PowerPoint by going to the second module, the one in the top center of the content page, and if you click on that, you'll see that the menu on the left, the last item down in the menu, is the Chapter 7 PowerPoint. Click on that and the PowerPoint should be then available to you. If you have trouble with that, let me know, and also, as always, the Learning Center is available for you. You could either call, email, or visit them. They're in the library on the Newtown campus. That's for by the end of the day tomorrow, Tuesday, March 2nd, by midnight. That PowerPoint should be into me. On Thursday, you have the quiz on Chapter 7, and that is following pretty much the same pattern as we've had so far on the quizzes, and that's between 12:01 a.m. and 11:59 p.m. like the others were on Thursday. Friday, you have your second research paper due. That research paper is in many ways the same format as the first. MLA format, 4 to 5 pages, works cited page, and so forth. Most people gave me a really good paper the first time around. One of the common shortcomings in them was that there was need for a little bit more research. So you want to go to maybe some of those websites that are available to you in your textbook and so forth, and other outside sources, and connect them in to make it truly a research paper. Yeah, sure, use the Diamond text, that's fine, but also make sure you go to some outside sources for that paper that's due on Friday. That paper is either comparing and contrasting state and national legislatures, or comparing and contrasting the office of the governor with the office of the president of the United States. And if you read the assignment carefully, you'll see that I've listed a few items under each possible topic that you want to take that you could consider talking about in your paper. So I've tried to structure it for you so that you can do a really good job on this one. I think it's a good topic and one that you should be able to handle. So as usual, do your best, especially with the mechanics and organization, and you'll be fine on that assignment. If you have any questions about them, let me know. Also, I wanted to go back to the questions from last week. First of all, Megan Mayhill asked about the need for a paper trail in elections because she thought that would be questionable for privacy. After reading Chapter 7, Megan, I was just wondering how you feel now, knowing that the Secretary of State is partisanly elected. That person's a member of a party and then is also in charge of running the elections. To me, it could be something like the fox watching the chicken coop. I think, for example, back to the election of 2000, when there was that big question about counting the votes for Bush and Gore, and the fact that the Secretary of State in Florida was a partisan, strongly favoring one party, that may have had a negative effect on the election. But even if it didn't, it raises the question as to whether or not there was a negative effect. So I think it's more important, to just get rid of those worries by having a paper trail. Somebody has a question, then you got a way to check up on it and answer those questions instead of people always suspecting something that may or may not be true. Okay, Megan, thank you. I hope that helps you a little bit more. Back to that question from last week. Jamie Bates wants to know why we spell gubernatorial the way we do instead of Goober. I have no idea. I really don't. If anybody out there is a expert linguist, let us know, because I'd be kind of interested myself. Amy Delia. Amy, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. You wanted to know how to bring up the governor's PowerPoint. I hope I answered that by telling you to go to the module, the second module, and click down on the last item on the menu that's down on the left, and it should open up for you there. Megan Mayhill had another question this week. Do you think the Supreme Court takes the stance that redistricting by the state legislatures is partisan redistricting is a non-justicable issue? She wanted to know if that's because the courts themselves have allowed racial gerrymandering. It may be historically that idea has developed, that you let the states alone politically because the court itself may realize that they are political. Maybe for once they're being really, I shouldn't say for once, maybe in this case they're being quite upfront and quite transparent and honest about this. And I do get your point, and I think I agree with you. At one point they allowed positive racial gerrymandering. Now the rule is that you cannot use racial reasons to draw the lines if it's for race alone. That used to be the case that you could, but not now. However, the court has allowed some of that to happen in the past, and maybe they realize that drawing the boundaries is a political item. There are other alternatives to drawing these districts. You could have commissions do it, but I don't think you can ever get politics out of it, and the court probably realized you can't get that politics out of it no matter what you do. If you have a commission appointed by the governor to draw the lines, hello, the governor is appointing the commissioners. Somebody's picking them. There's always somebody picking the people who would draw the lines, whether it's the state legislators themselves or an independent commission. I kind of am very skeptical that that would ever solve the problem. The court realizes that, so they go, well, we can't really outlaw something that you can't practically get rid of anyway. I think that's part of their reasoning on it. Shelley Kugel wanted to ask a question you probably all has had, and she wanted to know if I felt that the state legislatures were a bunch of cliquish adolescents in their behavior. They had adolescent behavior. Oh, absolutely. And the more I go through my career, the more I'm convinced day by day that the only difference between children and adults is size. Anytime you have a group of people working together, especially on something where there's stress involved and self-interest involved, the more stress, the more self-interest, the more childish many people and selfish many people become. And I think you see that in the state legislatures. Absolutely. Okay. I guess that pretty much handles the questions for this week. I hope you have a good week with all those projects. Get back to me if you have any problems and let me know. Thank you very much. Have a good week. Bye.